3, 2, 1, reset. Yeah, okay, we're pretty close. Alrighty, hey yo, what is up, Knights? Aegis Freak here, back with some more DFO. And in this video, guys, we're going to be doing something I've done one time before in the past. It was called like TOD account runs or something like that. It was basically my dailies, or what I do every single day when I sign into DFO. And since then, you know, it has been a very long time since we've gotten that, or since that video. So many things have changed. We've got so many patches, you know, so many updates. Like, for instance, we didn't even have the guild hideout. You saw right there one of the dailies, new dailies that I have. Make sure I do that, as well as one thing that I mentioned in that video. Again, I'm trying to remember what I said in that video months ago, but there's a daily quest. You can pick up some raw mana. Actually, almost all of my characters will be doing that. But yeah, in this video, guys, we're going to be doing what I consider my dailies, or TOD, because this is something that I consider, you know, if I was going to pinpoint it to one thing that I would suggest doing every single day on DFO. Like, you don't have to play DFO every day, but at least do your TOD, your dailies, right? Because these are basically your tickets to getting epics, right? You're guaranteed an epic when you get to the top of the TOD, and obviously, you know, it's just a matter of doing that, and however many characters you have, it took me literally 10 seconds here, right? And we're going to be doing that on all of our characters, and there are a lot more characters. There's a lot of repeating characters. Again, we'll be seeing the same characters, but except much more gear. You can just, it's awesome. One thing that I'm really enjoying about kind of making videos, and I really do wish I made more of these, like maybe somewhere along the line, not waiting this long to do it, but you know, just trying to see the progress of these characters, because you know, you may think that I make these characters and I forget about them, like some people I know who are doing that, which I would consider a sin to do that. It's like, oh, you went through this trouble of leveling a character, you might as well give them a proper treatment here. I'm just gonna show you guys right here. We're gonna cheese this character completely by getting Lightning Dance right at the start because of our Lightning Speed epic. So you're going to see the TOD is going to be almost trivial on every single one of these characters near the top and even near the bottom. But yeah, like I was saying, it's not a case where like only my top characters, the ones that are my top of the character select screen, those are the strong ones and everyone else is weak. No, I've been trying to put more or less the same kind of devotion into the other characters, just like different kinds of things though, you know. So, you know, be content with getting a Halidom on a character. You know, I don't want to leave anybody. The last thing I want is for somebody to be sitting in like magic rares, right? Because that just shows that you don't care at all about the character. So here's my Nen Master, who recently, very recently, probably my most recent epic, got a Berserk, and so she has very quickly climbed to the top of my leaderboards in terms of, you know, character strength, just because of the luck of epics. So that was my Nen Master. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to go at blazing speed here, guys, and even yet this video is gonna be like 30 minutes long or something. Like, do not be surprised if this video is just me rambling on and on, because I got characters. You know, that's just kind of how it goes. As you keep making more characters, Rick, you're gonna have to keep doing more TOD. And I have, I think in the last video I didn't do TOD on every single one of my characters. Maybe I skipped one or two. Now it's not the case. We are definitely doing it on every single character, and it look like it's pretty bad right now, and it is, but I'm still good because I got Venomine on this character. And OV sets, you'll notice, would just be a very helpful thing. You gotta see, there is a disassembler here. You guys know the secret with this guy, and hopefully I can just keep abusing him. Here's kind of the secret with these characters, is that they just do TOD, and you know, what you could do is, I consider this, you know, aside from just getting the epic once you get to the top floor, this is also a very good place to make a lot of money. And if you're not really needing the money, like in my situation, I don't really need the money. Instead, I can just get a whole bunch of souls, cubes, and, you know, just by disassembling. So I've been disassembling them for souls and cubes for later usage later. Here's a Lancer character, guys. I'm going to show you how fucking strong this character is. He's dead. He's lucky he didn't get hit with that spear, because he'd have been dead even sooner. Like, this character is decked out already, and he doesn't really have anything except Halidoms, and 85 Halidoms at that. But we are working towards getting a Gracious set on him, so you know, he will eventually be getting much stronger. But even yet, right now I'm going through Slayer difficulty like it's nothing. He's one of those characters, you know, he can abuse the Halidom sets, and I can't say that for a lot of characters. You can get the same kind of gear and put it on somebody else, and they wouldn't be doing nearly as much damage. But Bulleye Skirmisher is one monster, and I kind of feel like doing that on my Vanguard as well, but I haven't gotten around to that. But we'll look at that. Now this is a character, one thing I just kind of learned recently, I'd say, is that some of the characters in, well, obviously I knew this a long time, a lot of the characters in the TOD have elemental resistances, so this is one of them. So one of the fighter classes in general have a lot of inherent light resistance. So if you try to use a light weapon, like my Wuyu's, I actually enchanted light. That's why I wasn't doing a lot of damage at the start. So what you want to have is at least have like a off weapon or something. I have my Transcendent Totem right there, which is a non-element, which is kind of my go-to weapon. Like obviously it's not enhanced, there's nothing special about it, but it's not light damage. So in that case, it just did a ton more damage, and I didn't have to worry about, you know, the elemental status. I have that kind of situation for a lot of my characters. For instance, this Wuyu's Tonfa is also light stacking, just because I put a card on there to do light damage in the future. And you know, if it just turns out that the enemy is resistant to light, I can switch to this Boxing Glove, which is one of my old weapons, which is a non-element. And that's kind of what I suggest, to have something on your hotkey bar that deals no elemental damage, even if it's not very strong, because, you know, that's all it takes to kill some of these guys sometimes, especially, you know, if they're so heavily resistant. Now, this is one of my characters of which I have still, you know, I remember in the video I was like, yeah, this is like my least experienced character. This guy's still pretty inexperienced. He has an epic though, and that's kind of the thing. Like, oh, I'm about to die here. Okay. Oh shit. Are we gonna? Who's gonna win, guys? Who's gonna win? Me. I'm gonna win. He's not that he's not inexperienced. It's just I still have not bothered to get any gear on him. I've gotten the Wuyu's from the TOD that I cleared it on, and I got. That's pretty lucky. That's a pretty good weapon for any fighter class. I got a Wuyu's. I did a few epics. Got a, you know, a necklace, and that's it. You know, I still haven't given that guy a lot of shine. So, anyway, let's moving on here. He's actually cleared the TOD many times, though. He's so tanky that you really don't have to play very well, which is kind of what was happening there. Didn't have to kind of think about it. So, and that's kind of how you want to get to. I mentioned this before. This is the point that you want to get to on a lot of your characters. You don't want to think about it anymore, guys. You just want to do it and do it as quickly as possible. So, and I'm a little too far here. So, early on in the TOD, I'm noticing that, well, you will notice that a lot of the enemies will still be afflicted with status effects. So your stuns, your bleeds, your blinds is what just happened there. They will all work until about level 30 or 40 or so, and then you can't just cheese them like that. The stun, yeah, I think I said stun. So the freezes as well. Those kinds of things won't work, so don't rely on them too much. But I'm on the early floors on my witch, and that's all I really had to do. Just kind of blind them. They don't move or attack or react at all when they get blinded. So it's kind of how it's been happening. This character takes a little bit of setup time, and hopefully don't get interrupted here. And no stun coming off. Yeah, it's a problem here. She doesn't give you a lot of time here. Okay, and all right. Yeah, she also does not get CC'd currently. Okay, I need more cast of this. Oh shit. Okay, she got me. Okay, let me try to change my order here. And jeez, the hit stun is crazy. I can't move at all. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be trouble since I haven't got my bullets out yet. Ooh. Dude, she killed my towel. Are you gonna kill my towel like that? Okay, dead. Yeah, I got my. Lasted long enough to get my photon bone. This is the first time I've taken my what's her name, Spitfire through there, but I'm pretty confident that I can do it. It's just that some of the enemies are gonna be just like that. They're not gonna give you a lot of time. I might consider getting like barbecue and stuff just to buy myself some time, but even that is not too helpful sometimes. So anyway, this is my Vanguard, obviously. He's not, you know, high priority on my character select screen, but he is a very, very potent character in terms of tankiness and damage, even when I'm not spec for the TOD, which is something I've suggested many times. And shit, I'm probably gonna die here. And if I can get over here though, yo, did you see that damage? Yeah, this is that kind of like if you last long enough to get your high damage skills, which he has this kind of weird cooldown where usually the cooldowns are much, much longer for the strong skills. On the Vanguard, it's just like that Dreadbore and Decimate, I think, come off quickly, like within 15-20 seconds. So Usually, you know, for other classes, they deal with a cooldown that's much longer, so that's why the Vanguard, I imagine, will not have a very hard time in there. But yeah, he's also pretty tanky, so you also don't have to worry about that as much. Now, I am spec for short sword on this character. I have a monster ruler set, so but if the enemy turns out to be too annoying, I can switch over to bludgeon, which is still top tier. If you want it, if you're having trouble in TOD, I'll tell you what you can do. You switch over to bludgeon, and you make magic happen. That's what you do. Bam! You hit him with the arcane sword blast, and it will do the full explosion right there. You don't even have to worry about that. And then on top of that, the real abusive thing is using the illusion sword, which will do like consistent knockdown like 4 or 5 times. So I didn't have a chance to show that off just because it kind of wiped them out, but you get the idea, right? It's just gonna be. I think I've taken that character through the TOD like at least 5, 6 times or something like that. Like, okay, 5 times maybe. So, oh shit! Don't hit me with the big shit. Oh, okay. Whoa! I didn't mean to use that. That's a rookie mistake right there. All right, now if we can get this guy, we're gonna be. If we can kill this guy, we're gonna kill this guy. Oh shit, dude! He just used upward slash and just killed me in 1 hit. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was meant to do this whole time. It's a good thing he knocked me down because I probably would have been dead again. Now you see I'm using a katana for the TOD on this character. You could also use my main weapon is still this Hercules, which I'm trying to replace, but katana might be a better weapon, just a quicker weapon to get your grabs off. But honestly, the Berserkers are very, very, very powerful class in there, just using those 2 skills. You saw me use Mountainous Wheel and Bloodlust, as it's called. And that's all you gotta do. Yeah, I think he's been through it a couple times. One of the strongest characters right here, my Glacial Master, which we are on floor 51, which is a, it's good that we're doing this floor because maybe you haven't seen it before, but this is kind of the halfway point of the TOD, and it's kind of the decider room as well. It's also like, are you gonna clear the TOD or not? If you can't clear this room, then you're just kind of, you're gonna be in trouble. She really only does these 2 attacks, and even if you know what they do, you can still find yourself getting punished like I am right now, which is just because I'm playing badly. But you have this meteor that's following you all the time, and Male Mage should really have no trouble with it, but there's a meteor following you all the time. It does a lot of damage, and then she also casts a this like gravity ball as well. And then finally we're gonna try to iframe through this. She does that attack right there, which is like a lunge of her own, and she will actually do a lot of damage. It's kind of like a hit or miss. She either misses or does a ton of damage. So you can kind of see this is the opening for which you can attack or punish her. I'd say this is probably the best time to do it. Hit her with a grab. Hit her with something. She does have super armor, so don't be too. Don't try to get too many hits in there. But yeah, Glacial Master is kind of like a cheap character to show this off on, because if you're playing like a very slow character, the meteor will actually pose a big problem, and the teleport obviously is something that's really cheesy against this character. But that was the opportunity. If you have any skill, use a grab, use a move that is safe to use, and poke her every time she casts the meteor, because it kind of gives you like I want to say like 3 seconds before it actually starts hitting you. It gets close enough to you that it starts hitting you, and just keep away from the meteors. That's all you gotta do. Don't get too close, because she will do that tumble attack, and if it hits you, it could kill you in 1 hit or a couple hits. So yeah, that's the decider room. That is one that is actually very gimmick heavy. Most of the characters in the TOD are just some kind of meme APC or something like that. Usually it's a matter of them just being strong versions of using skills or specific skills, or have a lot of hit stun, or have a lot of gravity or something like that. So that's the only one that I can really think off the top of my head that's kind of like a gimmick like that. So, but easy floor nonetheless. Now my Crusader here, I have to make sure I have 2 different builds for him. I have a skill build. One of them is TOD build, and then this one's my regular build. So the TOD build, you'll see, focuses on skills that you normally wouldn't get in the TOD. And so I kind of want to point that out right now, that if you're having trouble in TOD, or if you're only using the character for the TOD, it doesn't make sense that you would use your normal build. Make a TOD specific build only, right? If you have a Crusader who could build multiple build paths anyway, you know, maybe you have the skill reset scroll as is, you know, because it will definitely make your life a whole lot easier. It'll save you a whole bunch of time in the long run, you know. If I was running my regular build, I'd have to wait for cooldown, so it'd go for at least 30 seconds, you know. So just something to keep in mind, you know. Don't rely too heavily on you know, your regular build. Especially if you're doing the TOD only on these characters, which, let's be honest here, you can't play all the characters and do normal stuff. So a lot of them are just going to be TOD slaves. So make sure that they're in TOD builds, and at the very least. This guy is just recently cleared it. I'm also on the fence as to whether or not I want to give this guy a... yes, we just nuked the hell out of this character. I'm timid as to whether or not I open the TOD pot on him. I think I still have it. Or do I? Yeah, I do. I have the Seal of Despair. I don't know if I want to open it or not. He does not have a lot of weapons that are actually good for him to use, and the odds of me getting something are too low for me to warrant actually using it, but who knows. I'm holding on to it just in case, you know. But yeah, this character is very potent in the TOD. I just recently cleared it, obviously, and that's the second time I've cleared on him, and he has a really easy time attacking people from long range, and especially on those early floors, you can see the abnormal status effects still work, like the stun, and you can mostly hit stun people and poison them and kill them like instantly, so he has no problem. Another character who has no problem, by the way, guys, Necromancer. Necromancer, you know, if anybody ever tells you otherwise, get interrupted. Oh shit, don't crash my client, please. If anybody ever tells you otherwise, just do what I'm doing right here, okay? You summon the Nicholases, and then you put down the zombies, and you literally just AFK. And I guarantee you, I promise you, this strategy will work for 100 floors, all the way up top. The only thing that might happen, I mean, do that faster, obviously. Summon, cast your buffs, summon Nicholas, summon the zombies. That's all you have to do, because the zombies are going to focus the APC and grab the shit out of them. Then you just nuke them. You use this, you use the nail, you use this, you use whatever. The only thing you got to worry about is that I would also, since you're primarily shadow damage, I would have a light damage wand just in case for the people who are resistant to Nicholas's bullshit. Okay, so have a light damage wand, and you know, if the match lasts long enough that you can summon Valakar, start using your Valakar with the light damage wand, and that should end end of story. Necromancer is probably one of the easiest characters I've taken it through because Nicholas is so cheese. So I just want to, like, don't let anybody ever tell you that Necromancer is weak in there. One thing, she is kind of slow, so maybe get a Halidom set just to kind of get some speed, and that's it. I didn't have enough time. I was in the middle of talking about Necromancer, and I already finished with Kunoichi. That kind of goes without saying. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you've ever played Kunoichi, you really shouldn't have any trouble in there. One thing you could do, by the way, is that last skill that I used was my evasive. I forget what it's called, but you can use that for a ton of damage. Max it, and it's available early on. So moving on here, guys. This is one of those characters that, it doesn't matter what I do. Because this is just complete and utter gear carry. It doesn't matter what I do because he's dead. This is what happens when you have a Stormy Steamroller. It's a bowgun, level 80. It's a very, very potent meme weapon. It does a lot of fixed damage, and it does that in reaction to getting hit or doing damage, or, you know, proccing it yourself. So it's one of those proc weapons, and trust you me, it has been abused heavily ever since I got it a long time ago. So but anyway, guys, we're on one of my least favorite characters, and you know, in TOD that sentiment is long unimportant, right? Because the fact that the reasons I don't like her don't apply here, because I'm only going against one enemy and I don't have to worry about like dealing with multiple guys. But she is fucking strong as shit in it when we're talking about just dealing with one guy. So, I mean, did you see the combo I just did? It basically killed him in one hit. And if it didn't work, well, I'm going to have another rotation in like a few seconds. So TOD is trivial on this character. Again, another character that you'd probably, the only thing you have to worry about is your element type on your weapon. Have a neutral weapon just in case, because neutral works all throughout the tower, and that's all you got to worry about, seriously. Because she can grab anybody, she can abuse anybody, nobody's going to get like, even if they have high gravity and you can't combo them like I just did there, you can still combo them with the various grabs that you have. You can weave them in, and I have not had a single problem on any floor on that grappler. So, and the male grappler as well, by the way. Grappler is just a strong class in general. So, and get wrecked. I don't remember how my first run of TOD went on this character. It probably as fluidly as that that run right there, but she recently cleared it, and I think that might be due to the fact that I have plus 13 on her. So anyway, yeah, I think she has no problem. She has a lot of skills early on that can hold. She's kind of like another version of the grappler. Which here's another grappler. We're gonna see my more light grappler, and this is one of the This is one of the longer floors of the TOD because it's actually 4 rooms long. It's probably the longest. It is the longest room in the TOD. As we and I already used that grab, so get your neck snapped. Ew, I'm having trouble killing this person here. Okay, I had to use a lot of different grabs here. Spike her down. Group these guys down too, and we're just making short work of this. And I thought she was gonna use the evasive, but she didn't. And she still didn't, and she's getting fucking destroyed, man. Yeah, so male grappler, just trivial work. Now on that character, I actually got an epic recently, just kind of showing off this epic. I got the Raiders Dropner, which you can look at it yourself. It's one of the sets that actually buffs up the. It's designed for the grappler in mind. It buffs up Wild Cannon Spike, I think by 40%, something crazy like that. And yeah, it's a really good weapon, but it's going to be made a lot better once the 80 and 85 epic reworks come around, which I don't know when that's going to be happening, but a lot of my characters are going to be affected by that. And that's one weapon that I'm kind of holding out on, that once it gets changed, I'll definitely care about it a lot more. So, but guys, we are on one of my strongest TOD characters, my Vagabond. I mentioned that because she's dead. Like, dude, I just got so lucky by getting this Black Iron Zombato, which has been pretty much, I mean, if I can say, like, as far as alts go, one of the alts that is the most geared is this one, who has full Halidom and really, really very good epic. The only thing I might want to replace some of these Halidoms with higher level Halidoms, but man, she is just so potent. She's just ready. I don't know what else I need to do on her. I'm just kind of doing TOD. I've mentioned it before, but I've actually cleared TOD the most times on that character too, so probably more than my Knight. That's how, like, many times I've ran through there trying to get epics on her. So it has been almost too easy on that character. I only used 2 skills. Now speaking of easy, this is going to be also the same case. Now I'm not using a light damage weapon, which I usually have a Gracia weapon, but I'm using my fire damage weapon because he's resistant. Again, he's a fighter. He's resistant to light damage. So you want to put a weapon, neutral weapon, or just a different element to light, because you would do less damage. So I usually wear a Gracia weapon, but I kind of switch a weapon right there for fighting him. So just some things you would know this immediately, you know, if you've done the TOD as many times as I have, right? I have 35 characters we're going to be showing off here today, and, you know, each of them have done it multiple times, you know? So just kind of, your experience carries over, and it will definitely show. So, ooh, get slammed. Now this character, you know, is one of the few who I actually don't care about what element type I use, because is stacking fire damage. Oh shit, I'm in the middle of this. Nope. I was kind of reminiscent of PvP right there. I did not want to try to fight that thing, but we're not actually doing max damage. Usually, you know, these guys are dead in a few Star in the Skies, which is why my build is actually not a TOD build right now. I would change it a little bit, because I want to kill those guys faster, but some of them are a little bit stronger when we get to the top of the floors. Now we're starting to get to other very, very powerful characters that, you know, should probably be closer to the top of my character select screen, but you know what? It's good to have these nuggets of very, very strong characters. Like my Shadow Dancer right there, she clears guys in 1 combo, almost everybody in the TOD, and this character will probably kill in 2 combos, you know. Oh shit! Well, I guess not, because I don't know what I'm doing. Dude, what'd you get for talking that mad shit, Rick? Okay, let's try to do what I was trying to do without getting hit stun and without dying again. Let's try what we were trying to do one more time. Oh, this true launcher is actually working me. I don't know why I'm not hitting my hit ends here. Okay, let's just be safe. Yeah, okay. I didn't hit any hit ends there. I'm sucking, man. Anyway, that is usually a character who really just, because of the force hit end gear that she has, she just kind of steamrolls everything. Doesn't really matter what element I use. I just kind of switch a weapon if it's not doing a lot of damage. So, but like I said, neutral element is gonna take you through the TOD without any problems. Really, if you want to be safe, just only use a neutral weapon. Find a really strong neutral weapon and just go use that. Then you don't have to worry about switching all the time. This character is the benefactor of my doppelganger explosion, or sorry, doppelganger fist. And yo, I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't actually get out of here, and that sucks. Anyway, yeah, no, he's the benefactor of my doppelganger fist, which is on my hotkey bar right now, which actually buffs up the doppelganger explosion by a tremendous amount. But I haven't upgraded it or anything. I picked it up for the Epic Road event, and I think it's one of the, you know, I would have given it to my FNN, but she already has an Epic, a better Epic, so I just decided to get the 70 Epic on him. And I will be, I don't have the OV set for him yet, but, you know, I'll obviously be getting the doppelganger set for him. Now, a story with this character. I was building towards a Krong's Army set for the Sanguine Choreography set. I want to tell you guys something right now, and I'm putting it in video format, but we found out on the stream that apparently Bronx Imagine, this set doesn't do what it says it does. So it's the 3-set effect buffs up Sanguine Choreography, kind of like the Krong's Army, how it buffs it up in its own way. And turns out that the 3-set effect is actually not buffing up Sanguine Choreography. We'll show off what skill it's actually buffing up. There's a typo, obviously. And I don't know how long it's been like this, but I had to send a ticket to Neopol because they fucking wasted my time. It actually buffs up Bleeding Blades, and you'll see, actually, if we can get to her without dying. We already have the cooldown on Bleeding Blades, and it changes the animation to a really short animation, which just kind of basically makes it so that you don't have to watch the whole animation to get the full damage off. So, and you can see it's already back off cooldown again. Get it again. So it's a good 3-set piece. I like it, actually, even though it was a complete mistake and I thought it was actually buffing up Sanguine Choreography. It's not. So if you see that, it is a mistype, and it's been like that. I want to say it's been like that for like a year. So I was pissed as hell on the stream when I figured that out, but you know, I guess I kind of take what I reap what I sow. I'm gonna take whatever I got, so it's not bad. And actually, she's been through the TOD already, and I think twice already, and she's actually had no problem. So she's one of those characters that is just a beast no matter what. I had like magic rares, and I was doing the same kind of shit. Anyway, I like this guy's name. Anyway. Battle Mage is one of the tankiest characters I have in TOD, and that might be due to the fact that obviously I have a level 85 Paladin. Oh my god, I'm facing the wrong way. 85 Paladin on him, but you know, Battle Mage in general is just a very, very obviously Battle Mage. He's a melee type of character. How you attacking midair, dude? I'm like got you in juggle combo, man. You can't do that shit, dude. I'm like, I tell you, I was actually terrible at this class. Just die. I can't combo him correctly. But yeah, that lasted way longer than it should have. My Battle Mage is super tanky, doesn't ever get comboed, doesn't ever get hit, and or she gets comboed, she gets hit, but doesn't die. How about that? And it doesn't take any damage. So I think that it was probably one of the most shocking changes. I've mentioned this in the DFO Rush video, which I was kind of mentioning where gear changed that character entirely. It really did. Before I was in Magic Seals and shit, like, I was dying in hell every time I went through the TOD in, like, one hit. Like, this guy would kill me in one hit when he did that. Like, and you got a little bit of gear, and that never happened, so. Anyway. Playing the Avenger right now, which is, his gimmick actually, maybe one of my weaker character, but his gimmick is that if you can get into your Metamorphosis phase, almost nobody can stop you in the TOD. So it's kind of what I do. My strategy is just kind of waiting a little bit, using my skills sparingly, just trying to build up that demon gauge, and then fucking them up when I get Metamorphosis, because you just kind of have to spam the basic attack. This is one of my, I just recently, not recently, I've had it for a little while now, finished the Tombstone of Oblivion set, and then the Shadow Rage. This is my full Tombstone build with a legendary. The only thing I don't have is a weapon, but man, I really decked this guy out. I had a ton of fun. I kind of talked about this in my DFO Rush video. This is what I wanted to do. This was my dream, what I wanted to do with this character, and I did it. So, I follow my dreams. Anyway, you'll notice that I already have my Tombstone available, and is he dead? He's dead. Like, it's a really awesome set. It works in TOD as well, just because of how low the cooldown is on Tombstone, and you have it even before most of your other skills. So, I mean, it's kind of how I've handled the TOD since I've gotten that set. And even before then, I didn't really need it, because you can kind of cheese on Soulbender, you know? You just kind of use your Ghost Step, one of the few characters which can actually cheese Soros, just using the Ghost Step and iframing him forever. So you got a lot of cheese on that character. So speaking of cheese, you got a lot of, actually no, this guy's not cheese. He's just like, I don't really have any, like, I remember TOD being quite difficult on this character, and then immediately after I've cleared it one time, I don't remember getting any extra gear, but I cleared it one time. Maybe I got a little bit of Halidums and stuff. I haven't changed this guy's gear in like forever. I don't think this guy has been touched in terms of gear or skill build or anything in like a year. And he has cleared TOD almost as easily as my Vagabond. Like his skills are too good. Charge Crash is too strong. Obviously, I use it twice. Has such a low cooldown. Use it like twice. If at any point in time anybody survives long enough for me to have Raging Dragon Slash, well, you best believe it's gonna be over by then. So, oh shit. Okay. This is gonna be the problem child room. Okay. Now I actually died yesterday because I didn't realize it, but we're actually on floor 96, and this is the Soros room. And my launcher, we already know, is not geared at all. But I do have a plan, and it's going to involve using some barbecue, using some stereo AMR, using some laser, and using a lot of Gatling, and obviously the silver bullets. And we got to make sure that we are actually stacking light damage, which we should at the start of the match. Now, if we die, if we screw this up, it's not going to be pretty. Let's just say it like that. If we screw this up, it's not going to be pretty. Let's hit him with the laser. Let's hit him with some Gatling. Let's hit him with the grab. That's what I need. That's what I need right there. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh god, don't kill me with that, please. Okay, Spriggan. Spriggan is in. Grab him again. Oh god. Hit him with the nuke. Big mama. And we got him. We got him. Okay, you see, you gotta, Soros is very aggressive, obviously. And the one thing, Soros is entirely resistant to fire damage, water damage, and dark and shadow damage. So you can only, basically, the strategy is wear a light damage weapon, proc him with light damage, and stack all of your skills that do light damage. Especially with the launcher, you have to know, like, laser does light damage, napalm does light damage, and like your bullets, like Gatling gun, will do light damage as well. So you did not want to use the flame pillar and stuff against him, because it won't do any damage. You saw at the end when I killed him with it, it did like only a couple thousand damage. So the strategy is stack light damage and do light damage to Soros, because while he's invincible to almost all other elements, he is extremely weak to the other to light damage. So that's kind of the strategy in beating him. Also, he's gonna rush you down. He's super aggressive. Grab his fucking ass. Like, do not let him hit you with those skills, because he will kill you, like he almost killed me. And if he kills you on that first rotation and you're using like a cube contract or something, call it, it's basically over. So I'll just say that from experience, because he's gonna get progressively harder. If I'd have allowed it to get to that point, I would have lost. So that floor was a lot easier than it should have been. She usually goes into her vehicle. She decided not to do that now. I'm sorry, I'm going to end it on this note with the TOD on this character, but this is going to be one of those trivial fucking things here. I'm trying to get some money so I can repair my stuff here. But yeah, my Chaos is my last character, my character select screen. And yeah, the TOD is extremely trivial on this character. I've cleared it so many times on her, but I'm going to show you a strategy that I learned recently. I don't know, recently, like, you know, when I say recently, I mean like, oh, like maybe like 5 months ago. But you can do this. You know, you can summon like hella fast by doing that. And now it doesn't matter. Now it's over. Yeah, all you have to have is your tech tree for your soldiers and your mages, and you have them on the hotkey bar, and you can just alternate between the two, and there's no cooldown for summoning. So I didn't know that before, and that's something I'm definitely abusing now. And there you go, guys. This kind of took a little bit longer than normal because I kind of try to explain. Usually it takes me 30 minutes. This video is already 35 minutes long, so oh gosh, been talking for that long, huh? But we're not done yet. This is my dailies. So one last thing that I like doing for the dailies is to participate in any events that we got going on, as well as turning in any of my quests that I don't intend on actually doing. So if you've overfarmed on any of your quests, this is kind of something that I talked about in the last video. Make sure you turn them in. Sign on the characters that are doing some overfarming dungeons, or you know, overfarming themselves, and turn in those quests. Like for instance, I am almost finished with my Gracia set because of the overfarm. Sign in on and turn in those Gracia quests. Just 2 more days, I'm gonna have a full Gracia set, baby. Woo! But yeah, make sure you know, sign in, turn in those quests. I think I forgot to pick it up on my night. I'll check again, but pick up your Neo Premium contract. If you have it, yep, I forgot to pick it up, so pick it up, use that on the character. And last but not least, do any of the events that are going on. You can check. Obviously, you would have known by now if you've got a routine going on, but basically, I have Epic Road Count, so we're going to do that. And we also have a daily dungeon. We have to do at least 1 dungeon, and you know, if you haven't done your Anthony dungeon and whatever events are going on at the time, I know by the time you watch this, maybe if you watch it a lot later date, none of this will be relevant. But as of right now, these are the events that are going on right now, and I'm gonna go jump and do those on the character that I want to do it on. Which, personally, right now, I want to do it on my Berserker, since I kind of talked about him. He doesn't have any. He's had the same weapon since like 80 cap or something. Like this is pretty absurd. So we're gonna do at least a couple dungeons here. You know, we'll see if I get an epic or not. Most likely, you know, this epic road has not been kind to me. Oh wait, floating woo you. I take that back. Although that is a weapon that I don't think I can use. I think that's a lightsaber. So I don't think I can. Of all the fucking Slayer weapons, you're gonna give me a lightsaber? What? Okay, that was dope. You gotta admit, that was pretty cool. That was a good combo. Even though he's still living. Sword of Secret Survivor. Oh, wow. Okay, now this is not a good epic. This is a cool looking one though. It actually looks like the Kel'Thuzada epic, except it's blue. I don't think it's actually good on Berserker either. It gives me outrage rate +3. And when somebody dies, I get a buff. Yeah, this is actually pretty awful. All things considered, I'd probably still use the bludgeon, to be honest. But it looks cool. It looks cool, and I'll definitely wear it. I wish I had it on my knight just to kind of show off. But yeah, level 60. Guys, last thing that we're gonna be doing as I consider my daily, I would do it on as many characters that need it. But generally, like if I was like running close on time, I would look at the Dark Elf runs, which are another daily kind of dungeon. Now it kind of depends on what day of the week it is, because if it's like a dungeon that I don't actually benefit on, it's not very beneficial to, you know, waste your time. Otherwise, there's a lot of other items that you get aside from just you doing just aside from the dimensional fragments, you know, which you are using to get Chronicle gear. I obviously don't need it on my knight, but the real reason I'm doing this is for the dungeon clearance at the end of the dungeon, and then finally, you know, if I'm lucky enough to get Gruff, which is actually why I'm doing it on my knight, just trying to show that off, because if I got Gruff, then this is the character that I want to farm Gruff on, or I can actually farm Gruff on. I actually have trouble on like everybody else. You know, I'm kind of lagging here. So yeah, like almost, why am I lagging so hard? Almost all my other characters have some like serious trouble with Gruff. Okay. Yeah, my client is like skipping here. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, no, most of my other characters have some really hard trouble killing Gruff, so obviously I'm trying to hope that I get Gruff on this character. If we don't, that's kind of sucks, because I kind of want to show off how good I can handle a Gruff kill, and we didn't get Gruff, so. But don't forget, you know, you could leave right now. If you only care about getting Gruff, then yeah, you can like totally leave right now and not have to worry about leaving. We obviously didn't get Gruff because we didn't get the smoke at the, I guess, fog at the top of the screen, but you know, if we, you know, didn't only care about getting gruff, then you obviously clear the dungeon as well. So let's see if we can get him. Actually use my assist here. It works, okay. Actually, this is why I made a witch, guys, because the assist is a pretty damn potent one for stuff like this, you know. But anyway, guys, there was a little bit of my dailies, what I do every day. Now we're running close to 45 minutes, so we did TOD, which I guarantee you have to do. It's one of the prime things, only things that I do every day. Everything else is kind of optional. Events, obviously, if you want to capitalize on the events, you make sure you do those as well as quickly as possible. And then finally, if you want to get gruff, go into the Dark Elf Ruins on your strongest character, 4-star. And whoever else needs to get, you know, Chronicle pieces, you can do that as well. But it's not something that's terribly important. Dark Elf Ruins will be there. But anyway, guys, that's what I do every day on DFO. It's amped up, it's changed, and all my characters have changed, and I'm at my account is progressing even still to this day. You can look back at all the videos, all the DFO Rush series. You can see where my characters have gotten since then, and almost all of them, actually I would say unanimously across the board, every single character that has been in the DFO Rush series and every video prior has been getting stronger and stronger, and it's been awesome. I love that about DFO. I love that progress is still being made. So yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There was what I do every day, and I will catch you nights later.